Welcome guys. So today we are going to be learning how to cut the abaya, or some people call it agbada or bubu, as displayed on the screen. This is a 2-yard fabric. So the first thing I measured was the length I needed for the bubu. Let me call it a bubu. Then I folded my fabric into four. You know, normally we fold fabrics into two when we want to cut some clothes. But for this bubu, I just folded my fabric into four. After folding my fabric into four, remember I already got the length of what I wanted for the bubu. So the next thing I'll be doing is my neck measurement. I took the width. I made it 3 inches wide. For the width, how wide I want the neck to be, I used 3 inches for the wideness of the neck. And for the lowness, I used 7 inches rather, and that's because I want it to be a V-neck, both the front and the back. So I used 7 inches. Remember, I folded my fabric into four. So whatever I'm cutting is what in front is what I'm also cutting at the back. I'm cutting everything together, both the front and the back. That's why the fabric is folded into four. So I took my V shape after measuring 3 inches wide and 7 inches low. So this is me cutting it out to achieve the V-shaped neck. So I already have the V-shaped neck there. I took out the neck. Then for the lower part of my bubu, I want it to be curved, which you would see at the end of the video what it looks like. I want it to be curved. I don't want it to be straight. So I took off some inches at that edge. At the edge of the bubu. It's not necessary. It does depend on the paparazzi you want to put on your bubu. So I just make this curved, like I just curved it. If you have your ruling set, please always make sure you use your curved ruler instead of just using a freehand like this if you're not yet really good with cutting. So this is me cutting it off. I realized it was going to be too short, so I added some inches from where I chalked out. That's what I did. I already cut out my bubu. I am done cutting, so it's time for me to sew. But before I sew, I want to put some paparazzis on my bubu. That's the sides of the bubu. So I got an organza. You can get your organza anyway. This is called an organza. I got an organza and I cut out 5 inches in like I think I ended up cutting in like 8 places. I used 5 inches. You can use any inch you want, depending on how long you want the design to be on the bubu. You can use 4, you can use 3, you can use 9. Just depends on what you want. But for me, preferably, I wanted 5 inches because I knew the length I wanted for the old bubu together with the paparazzi. So this will be used to make a pleat round the bubu. Round it. So I cut this into 7 places. I can't remember, but this is me trying to make sure my 5 inches is my 5 inches to the very end. That's what I did. So you can use any inch you want. After this, I'm going to take it to my machine to start sewing. Do not forget I said I'm taking this round the old bubu. So this is the organza after I cut it. This is me on the machine. I'm taking a pleat. If you don't know what a pleat looks like, I'm going to make a tutorial video on how to make a pleat. But this is me taking a pleat with the organza around the bubu. Round it, just to give it the paparazzi design. So I just fold my fabric. I wanted my pleat to be full. That was why I cut that organza to be up to like 7 in different 5 inches, depending on how long the fabric is. Just make sure you have it in excess instead of it being short. So I made my pleat round the bubu, taking it steadily. After making the pleat round the bubu, the next thing I did was to tape the neck of the bubu. That was off the camera. I forgot to video that with that black bias you can see. Afterwards, I made another drafting on my fabric. I wanted to put this there just to make it, look very fine. I had to put pleats there, but I doubled the organza I used for that pleat there. Then I wanted to put a black bias again on the pleat just to add extra to it. I've done that, and now this is what it looks like. I'm on my table to get the measurement of what I want for the bubu, the sides measurement. I only took the length measurement when I was cutting. So for this, what I do is I measure the wideness of the old bubu. It's going to be very wide. I measured the wideness of the old bubu and divided it into 2. So I'm going to be dividing my measurements into 4. So half would take the measurement, the other half will take the other half measurement. So the first thing I did was to measure 10. Normally for my armhole I use 9 because it is 18 inches, but because it is a bubu I used 10, which is 20 inches. Then from there I took my breast measurement divided by 4. I already divided into 2. That's the small chalk you can see in the middle. I took my breast measurement divided by 4. I took my waist measurement divided by 4. My shoulder to my waist is 16 inches. That was what I did there. Then my shoulder to my hip line is 24 inches. Then I came here again. I took my hip measurement divided by 4. From the middle point, I already got, I divided the fabric into 2, like with the tape rule. So that's it. Look at, you can see the shape already. So what I've done here is what I'm also going to do to the other part. Take from my shoulder to 10 inches. It's going to be 9, but because it is bubu, I made it 10. That's 20 inches in total. Then I took my breast measurement divided by 4. My shoulder to my waistline is 16 inches. Then I took my waistline to divided by 4. That's what I'm shaping there using my chalk. This chalk is very easy to clean. That is why I'm using it on the fabric. Please make sure you're using something that you'll be able to clean. Then I took my hip measurements to divide by 4 as usual, and I chalked it out, and I went to my machine and I just seal on that same chalk I have. You are done with your bubu. It's very, very simple. Now this is what my bubu looks like. See how pretty it looks. It looks so good. You can make this under 15 minutes if you are a fast tailor. If you're someone that sews very fast, it looks so gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And it's for sale for anybody who wants. I make this as a ready-made and ready to wear. It's for sale. Please hit me up if you want this. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. See you next time.